Next matchup, Tigers, Rangers, 8:05 Texas. The Rangers are minus 220, totals at 10. We saw a 10-cent move toward the Rangers and movement downward on the total. Texas opened 210, up to minus 220. Total open 10.5, down to 10 flat. 69% are leaning Rangers, 51% shaded toward the over. Right now the Tigers are plus 200 on the money line. The Rangers minus $1.30 on the run line. We have Tyler Alexander for Detroit, Lance Lynn for Texas. Lynn's 13-6 with a 3.83 ERA. He also has 160 strikeouts and just 141 innings pitched. Texas is 7th in scoring, 3rd in scoring at home. They're 32-22 in Arlington. They're also 5-1 in their last 6 at home, taking on Detroit. Now the Tigers on the other side, they are absolutely terrible. Winners in 3 out of their last 16 ball games. They've also dropped 9 out of their last 11 when traveling. The Tigers have the fewest wins in Major League Baseball, just 32 of them. They've won just 32 out of 104 games this year. It's going to put them at 40 games under 500. Now, total-wise, the Tigers are 70% to the under in their last 10. Give me the Rangers minus 1.5 and the under 10 runs in that game. Next matchup, Royals, Twins, 8-10 Minnesota. The Twins are minus 250, totals 11. We saw a 15-cent move toward Minnesota in the early betting. Minnesota opened 235 up to 250, totals 11. 71% leaning toward the Twins, 51% shaded toward the over. Right now, KC is plus 210 on the money line. The Twins minus $1.35 on the run line. We have Glenn Sparkman for the Royals, Martin Perez for the Twins. Perez is 8-4 with 97 strikeouts and just 111 innings pitched. Glenn Sparkman on the other side for the Royals, just 3-7 on the year, 5.25 ERA and a 1.42 WHIP. The Twins rank 3rd in scoring in Major League Baseball on average per game. They're also 2nd in hits. They're in 1st place in the AL Central at 24 games over 500. They are 66-42 overall for the year. Now the Royals on the other side, losers in 6 out of their last 7. They've also dropped 8 out of their last 10 ball games in Minnesota. The Royals rank 27th in scoring, and they are 29th in striking batters out, which is 2nd to last in Major League Baseball. Now, total-wise, the Royals are 6-1 to the under in their last 7 on the road, 31-21 to the under when traveling. I'm going to lean Minnesota Twins minus 1.5 and the under 11 runs in that game. Next matchup, Mariners, Astros, 8-10 Houston. The Astros are minus 270, totals at 10. 71% are leaning Houston, 58% shaded toward the over. Right now, the Mariners are plus 245 on the money line. We have Yusei Kikuchi for the Mariners, Wade Miley for the Astros. Miley's 9-4 with a 3.06 ERA and a 1.12 WHIP. Miley also has 106 strikeouts in just 126 innings pitched. Now, Kikuchi on the other side for the Mariners, 4-7 on the year, 5.21 ERA, 1.46 WHIP. Houston leads the American League in wins. They have 70 of them. 30 games over 500 right now at 70-40 overall for the year. They're also very good at home, 38-15 at home this year. They're 1st in striking batters out at home as well. Now the Mariners on the other side, they are dead last in the AL West, just 47-64 overall for the year. That's going to put them at 17 games under 500. They've also won just 21 out of 53 away from home. And when it comes to the scoring, Houston is 10-3 to the under in their last 13. I'm going to lean Houston Astros minus 1.5 and the under 10 runs in that game. Next matchup, Giants, Rockies, 840 Colorado. The Giants are minus 110, totals at 13. Pretty good price point for the red-hot Giants. Now, this game opened up as a pick'em pretty much, with both teams at minus 105. But since then, we did see a nickel move towards San Fran. Once again, the Giants open $1.05 up to minus 110. Totals at 13. 51% are leaning San Fran. And at the moment, the Rockies are minus 102 on the money line at home. We have Sean Anderson for the Giants, Peter Lambert for the Rockies. Lambert's coming into this game with a 5.67 ERA and a 1.46 WHIP. Sean Anderson on the other side for San Francisco, just 3-3 on the year. He's got 53 strikeouts in 74 innings pitched. The Rockies are last in the NL West. They're 21 games back in that division. 9 games under 500 at just 50 and 59 overall for the year. Now the Rockies have dropped 6 out of their last 7 at home. They're also just 19 and 34 against the spread at home as well. Now the Giants on the other side, 13 and 5 in their last 18 ball games. They're also 12 and 4 in their last 16 on the road. The Giants rank 7th in road scoring. They're also 5 and 2 to the under in their last 7, while the Rockies are 5 and 0 to the under in their last 5. So with all that said and done, I'm going to lean San Fran minus 110 and the under 13 runs in that game. Next matchup, Nationals, D-backs, 940 Arizona. The Diamondbacks are minus 145, totals 9.5. We saw a nickel fade of Arizona in the early betting. They open $1.50 down to 145. Total open end remains at 9.5. 58% are leaning Diamondbacks, 70% shaded toward the over. Right now, Washington's plus 125 on the money line. The D-backs plus $1.35 on the run line. We have Joe Ross for the Nats, Robbie Ray for the Diamondbacks. Arizona's won just 2 out of their last 6 ball games. They're also 0-6 in their last 6 at home, taking on Washington. Now, the D-backs have really struggled at Chase Field this year. Winners in just 23 out of 49 at home. They're also 20th in home scoring. Now, the Nationals on the other side, pretty good cashing those run line plays on the road. They're 30 and 22 ATS when traveling. They're also 5th in runs allowed on the road and 5th in striking batters out on the road. Now, total-wise, the Nats are 14 and 6 to the under in their last 20. The Diamondbacks 30 and 19 to the under at home this year. So I'm going to lean Washington Nationals plus 1.5 and the under 9.5 runs in that game. All right, next and final matchup for the show, it is going to be Padres Dodgers 10-10 Los Angeles. The Dodgers are minus 170, totals 8.5. We saw a 15-cent fade of the Dodgers in the early wagering. They opened $1.85 down to minus 170, totals 8.5. 63% are leaning Los Angeles, 75% shaded toward the over. Right now, the Padres are plus 160 on the money line. The Dodgers plus $1.10 on the run line. We have Eric Lauer for the Pods, Dustin May for the Dodgers. Dustin May's making his MLB debut, kind of testing him out to see if he'll make that postseason roster. He's the Dodgers' number 2 prospect right now. Now, Eric Lauer on the other side for the Padres, just 5 and 8 on the year, 4.52 ERA, 1.39 WHIP. San Diego's 20.5 games back of these very Dodgers, 8 games under 500 at just 50 and 58 overall for the year. San Diego's also won just 5 out of their last 18. Now the Dodgers, they possess the best record in Major League Baseball. They're 72 and 39 overall, and and they're a very impressive 41 and 14 at home. Now, total-wise, the Dodgers are 80% to the over in their last 5. I think the kid's going to do it. I think the Dodgers are smart putting him in the spot here. I think the Dodgers organization is putting this Dustin May kid in the absolute best possible position to win, positioning him against the Padres in this spot here. So I'm going to lean Dodgers minus 170 and the over 8.5 in that game. And before we go ahead and move on, got to do some shout outs. Sponsored by patreon.com/BrockPage. Got to give a shout out to Blown Stallone, Chuck Pinter, Kane and Stark, Norwal Music, Proline Master, Nick Manley, Matthias Mall, Sean Patrick, Irv Thornton, and last but not least, shout out to Gio Lopez, who says, "Thanks, B. Keep this coming. You're the best on YouTube." Well, I certainly appreciate that comment, and I don't do this to be the worst on YouTube. I'll tell you that right now. All right, guys, that is going to do it for me. Once again, happy Friday to you. The weekend's already here. Hopefully you have some great plans for the weekend. Don't forget to check me out on patreon.com/BrockPage. We went 2-0 again yesterday. We're 6-1 in our last 7 daily best plays, and we're 20-9 in our last 29 daily double picks. So, tremendous opportunity to make some money. Patreon.com/BrockPage. Link for that site is in the description section below. But most importantly, I got to thank you for watching this free programming right here on YouTube. I really hope you enjoyed all this great free content, all this great free information. And as always, don't forget to check me out on patreon.com/BrockPage.